CITO LaserInspektor is a measuring device for measuring laser cuts in dies. For the first time ever, with the CITO LaserInspektor, the cutting widths for the clamping areas of the lines in wood can be measured, monitored during production, the production adjusted accordingly, and relevant inspection records can be created. With the CITO LaserInspektor, a new kind of production reliability is introduced in your company. CITO LaserInspektor is a tactile measuring device, which enables the measurement of cut widths in laser cut wooden dies, using special software. A sensor installed in the hardware of the CITO LaserInspektor collects data and passes it on to the software. The software evaluates the data and outputs the measured dimensions on the tablet. What are the benefits of the CITO LaserInspektor? Until now, there has been no measuring system for measuring cuts in dies. With the CITO LaserInspektor, quality standards can now be defined for the first time ever and checked during production. This quality standard can now be documented and issued to the customer with the orders. The top and bottom cut width in the wooden die can be used to optimally set the focus, power, and speed of the laser cutting machine. Standard production operation can then be monitored by measurements, and if necessary specifically corrected. In the LaserInspektor software on the tablet, in addition to the measured value, OK measurements are displayed in green, while not OK measurements are displayed in red. To this end, you can store your own quality standards in a database, including your tolerance specifications. This can be revised and entered using the tablet, or simply in a spreadsheet program on a PC. If required, the measured values can also be output in a report. PDF file format and an output for spreadsheet programs are available for reporting. With the CITO LaserInspektor, the measurements are dependent on the user. Differing opinions regarding the correct cut can now be substantiated with values. The laser cutting machine operator goes from being a professional to an expert. This means costs incurred for incorrect cut widths are reduced easily. Broken out wooden areas caused by cuts that are too close together are a thing of the past. Excessive material displacements, in case of cuts that are too close together, are prevented. The requirement for an optimum flat position of the die is therefore fulfilled, and the die is more dimensionally stable compared to counterplates or pertinax. Setting up times at the automatic stamping machine are therefore shortened. Pulling out short rules during the punching process, caused by too wide laser cutting, can therefore be prevented. Dies can now be checked before redimensioning. The quality of the die can be recorded and issued to the end user or customer. LaserInspektor software. Basic settings. First, the basic settings must be selected in the software. You can select the language in the tablet menu. Use the menu key at the top right-hand edge of the tablet to open the settings menu. In the settings menu, the number of places after the decimal and storage format for the reports can be set. Here you can also enter the access data for an FTP server for direct data transmission via Wi-Fi. LaserInspektor software. Online measurement. The online measurement tab contains various functions for observing measurements and displaying changes in measured values over time. A measurement record can be started using the Start button or by briefly pressing the key on the measuring device of the LaserInspektor. Approximately 50 measurements per second are taken, and the measured values are displayed in a measurement diagram. During the recording of the measured values, the minimum and maximum values of the curve are determined and are displayed above the curve. LaserInspektor software. Creating an inspection plan. An inspection plan contains the specifications for the cuts to be measured. Any number of inspection plans can be created. An inspection plan consists of the header data and the characteristics of a measurement task. On the Inspection Plan tab, existing plans can be selected for modification, deleted, or copied. If an inspection plan is selected, you can scroll to the individual characteristics and select them by simply swiping. The characteristics, top, bottom, and difference, for the top and bottom cut column are stored there individually and can be adjusted to your production specifications. LaserInspektor software. Creating a job. Already created jobs are displayed on the Jobs tab. You can scroll through the list by swiping. Each job contains a job header and the characteristics defined in an attached inspection plan, including characteristic data and measurement specifications. If a new job is created, the header data must be entered first. If it has been entered, an inspection plan must be selected from the existing inspection plans. The job can then be saved. To increase process reliability, the job name and allocation to the inspection plan can no longer be influenced later. LaserInspektor software. Job measurement. The previously created jobs can be measured on the Job Measurement tab. The recording and storage of measured values is job-based. The job must be selected first. If this has been selected from the drop-down list, the measurement can be started by pressing the Start button, or by briefly pressing the user key on the measuring device. Any number of measurements can be taken. The measurements are automatically assigned to the characteristics in the inspection plan. 2, 3, 4 or 6 point cuts are thus detected straight away and are grouped together for the record. LaserInspektor software. Exporting a job. The measured data can be saved, backed up, and exported by touching the job. Having selected the file format at the start, a PDF report is now generated. The previously entered header data and the measured values of the job are saved in the report. The data is grouped together by characteristics, that is by cut widths. The report can be transmitted to an FTP server via Wi-Fi, via the tablet cable, or transferred from the memory card to a PC. The CITO LaserInspektor can be tested and recalibrated annually. A calibration is enclosed with each device on delivery. A working standard is available for in-house checking. CITO LaserInspektor. Measure, don't guess.